Hello. Hi.
Welcome to
Big Schmidt, Little Schmidt.
I'm Big Schmidt.
I'm Little Schmidt.
Yeah, you are.
Today we're gonna talk about trends.
Yes, we are. We're here every Wednesday at 6 o'clock on the YouTube. We're on the LennySchmidtComedy Network on the YouTube on the intraweb. So that's where you can find us. 6 o'clock.
Every Wednesday.
That's right. So do me a favor, like the video, man. Do that. Give it a little thumbs up. There's a little thumbs up right below us down, like right. I think it's right here, right there where my finger's pointing. Hit the thumbs up, please. Don't hit this one as the thumbs down. I want you to hit the thumbs up. So just like the videos, share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel. Would really help us out.
Support us.
The more supporters and followers we have, the better it is for the people at YouTube to see that we're important and they need us.
They always need us, except for the kids out. Who's our interns again?
Kids from Westview. Kids from Westview handle the tech. For those of you who don't know, the kids from Westview Middle School in Romeoville, Illinois, handle all of the tech and PR for the Lenny Schmidt Comedy Network. So there you go.
Ed and Teddy.
That's their job. Eddie and Teddy are here today.
Ed and Teddy.
Idiots. We call them idiots because, well, they're idiots.
Yeah.
And today we're talking about trends.
Trendsetters. We're talking about trends from my dad's generation and trends from my generation. And when we speak of trends, what we mean by that is any slang or events that has happened in both of our generations, artists that were big, movies that people like to watch or were blockbuster hit, whatever. I don't know. I don't care. Yeah. Fun.
There's a lot of cool.
Yeah.
Blah. Blah.
Why do you just have
That's a real shot. That's me. That's a live shot of me.
Yeah, I
Ready?
know. Why do you just And you're wearing the same shirt.
I told you it's a live shot. It's a live shot. Of course I am. It's weird. You'd say that.
Whatever.
So this is kind of cool because we talk about things that were created during our when we were high school.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the first one off the top of my head that I think of. Star Wars, for me.
That's when it started?
Yeah. 77, I think, was the first Star Wars. I think, is that correct? Let's check, because we can fact check all this stuff. Because I have the interweb.
No frickin'
I want to say it was 77. I could be wrong. But
that's so dope.
It came out. I want to say maybe I was in middle school.
What was the first episode?
Here we go. Here's Star Wars. Oh, well, they did this trilogy thing, so you gotta find them. Here we go. Star Wars: Return of the Jedi. Is this one? The Force of Nope. What? Well, these are not in chronological order.
Here we can. No, I'm doing it.
I want to say it was. Star Wars Order. Yeah. It's 1977. I was correct. Episode.
May 25th.
Yeah. May 25th.
Taurus season.
Wow. Taurus season. Yeah. I remember Star Wars came out that in 1977, which was.
A New Hope?
Yep. No, that was. Oh, yeah. New Hope, right? Is that the name of that episode?
I think so. Star Wars was released on May 25th, 1977.
Yep.
And first
New Hope.
subtitled. Yeah.
Yeah. Think about that. Think about all these movies, man. Look at this. But yeah, the first one was in 77.
Wow.
It was epic. So it changed everything. I was so into Star Wars when it came out.
World peace was solved.
What?
World peace was solved.
It was also during the Iran situation. There's a lot of bad things going on.
The number one movie that is popular right now.
It's so weird now because there's no in-theater.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything is on HBO.
Well,
if you had to say what the number one movie right now would be for you.
For me, I haven't been paying attention to movies. I've been like following. Well, I mean, when I have been paying attention to movies, I've been watching ones for like my film etiquette thing. I haven't been well, don't look up. That was like the recent movie that came out.
Well, Oh no. Well, you know the new Ghostbusters. You know, it's also funny the Ghostbusters movie.
That's true.
You know,
That's
it's also
true.
interesting.
There's the Ghostbusters movies coming out this year.
Yeah, it's out now. You know what's really cool is the original Ghostbusters came out again when I was in high school.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Right?
Damn. So
I think it was a 1980, 82?
House of Gucci.
84. 1984 was the original Ghostbusters. So, House of Gucci.
House of Gucci. That is a huge movie that just came out this year.
Did you see it yet?
No, I want to see it with Anna because
right here, man.
No, because
God, you're gonna break my equipment. What are you doing?
Yes. No. Well, I guess also No Way Home, Spiderman.
That's a good one. That'll be out. Oh man, that's right. That comes out when I'm gone on this next trip.
Isn't that the? Oh, you're gonna be gone when it comes out.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
I guess I have to wait to see it because I'm. Only
Well,
gonna
we
see
were
it with
talking
you.
to Anna. You know what we might be able to do is we'll have to check and see if I can get off the ship because I don't know what the rules are on this particular ship. But when you guys are off next week on break, you can maybe drive down to Long Beach, and we could go see it at the theater across the street.
So
Have you done that? What movie?
true.
I saw a movie with Anna, I think there. So I get off the ship early, and then you guys come by, and we'll go catch that first showing. Yeah,
that'd be nice.
that'd be cool. We can have lunch in Long Beach, and you guys can come home
That
after
would
that.
be so fun. Yeah,
I'm a good dad.
You are a good dad. Spider-Man: New Home. That's the one with all the multiverse.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in this one, man. I want to check it out before all the spoilers are out.
Yeah, and Anna told me apparently with this one, he makes I think it's a spell or a wish that he grants to where he reverses back time to
Yeah, he goes to Doctor Who
Doctor Who.
to get him to reverse back to when no one knew he was Spider-Man.
Yeah, but that he would have to sacrifice MJ. Over,
Yeah, no one knows he's Spider-Man. And then he steals the cube, and then the universe gets weird, and suddenly it breaks the other universes.
And I think also what Anna said that they try to go back and save. Who's?
Oh, Uncle Ben?
No, the girl. Gwen.
Oh my God, you're yelling at me.
Sorry. Gwen.
Okay.
Emma Stone.
Oh, in the other one.
Another one.
Wasn't that the
That was the one with Tobey Maguire.
Garfield or
Garfield.
Oh, was
No,
that
it was
Andrew
with
Garfield?
Andrew Garfield.
Who was the girl interested with Tobey Maguire?
She was a redhead.
Oh no, it was Kristen Dunst.
Yeah, Kristen
Yeah, right.
Dunst.
Okay.
But I'm not so positive.
So they go back
on
and try
that.
to serve. Okay. Well, there's a lot of stuff that's going on with that one. We'll have to check it out.
Yeah, that one, and then House of Gucci is a big movie that
Right.
came out. She actually I think it was a festival, Academy Festival for acting and film, somewhere in the Hills area. She got nominated for Best Actress again, which now makes her a triple threat.
Okay, take it easy.
Who?
You take it easy.
Why?
Because she's a triple threat. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. First of
Well,
all, that movie's getting beaten up in the press right now.
really?
Yeah, from what I understand, it's not. I could be wrong. Let's see. Is it out? It is out, right? It's on.
Yeah, it's out.
It's on HBO Max.
No, it's not.
Yes.
It's only in theaters.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
What's
that's
it-
what Anna said.
I don't think so. What's it called? Gucci?
House of Gucci. Father, son, House of Gucci.
15 seconds.
Okay, so what do you?
What are the trends, man? Let's talk about other trends.
Jaden texted me, TikTok or fashion trends or the trends from his time compared to now and how they're different. Stuff like that, she said.
Well, first of all, there was no TikTok or internet or anything when I was in high
That's
school.
true.
So all of our
When you had time to spare, what would you do with your friends?
we played outside.
What was the
We had
what was the kind of games you guys played?
we sports, baseball, football. We played baseball, football, mainly baseball and football all day. We had a place called the Field. At night we played a game called Kick the Can.
Kick the can.
Yeah, which is a great game. I loved playing Kick the Can. And Kick the Can is one house would be home base. It would be my house or QJ's house or Larry's house or whatever. And you take a can and you put it in the front yard. And one guy's the keeper. One guy's the keeper. You play it at night because it starts to get dark. That's how you do it. And so you protect the can. One guy's it. And he's got to protect the can. And then every other kid in town has got to kick the can. They got to find a way to kick the can. So we used to sneak around backyards, sneak around bushes, so get real close to the house. And the deal was you would try to distract them and get him to look one way, look the other way, and then run up and kick the can. But if you ran to kick the can, and then before you kicked it, he pointed at you and he said 1, 2, 3 on Lily, and that meant you were it, right?
Oh no.
So, but if he didn't say it and you kicked the can, he was it again. Everybody ran away. It was great. It was a great game.
So
but some guy would get stuck being it all night. I don't know how he would fall for it, and he would get so mad. He's like, "Come on, guys!" And we would just kick over the can.
I love that.
And we used to work together, so you would distract him, and also you wouldn't just run. If he saw someone behind a van and it was you, and he went 1, 2, 3 on Lily, and you'd be like, "Damn it!" and you were caught. That's how he. So if he saw you anywhere in the neighborhood and pointed at you and called you out, but if he was wrong, then everybody reloaded.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a cool game. We used to play it all night till late hours.
I remember when I was like little, we used to play Ghost Graveyard. Have you ever played that?
No, it's Ghost Graveyard.
So for Ghost Graveyard, it would be based in someone's like it would be like max would be 2 people's backyards or 1, and one person would be it. And you would close their eyes, and they would spin around 10 times, and they would open their eyes, and you would either be a human or a zombie. And based on which one was which, by being a zombie, you would be walking slow, and only you can get them by like touching them. For humans, they can hide, they can run away, they can do whatever. You have to chase after them and tag them.
Okay.
So it's kind of like tag and hide and go seek in one.
Right.
So you have to find who's who, and whoever you tap who's a human, they get turned into a zombie. And whoever is the last one standing is the one that goes up next and has to tag other people.
Okay.
So that was one that we played a lot. But I remember I never got caught.
You never got caught?
Ever. Because I literally, every time someone would spin, I would run to the most, like, bad places that they would never find me. Like, I would be at the end of the street behind a car, and then they'd be like, I can't find Lily. I'm like, I'm down here! And they'd be like, damn it. But I think another one we would play was another thing I did a lot, like before TikTok and all that stuff. When I lived in Bartlett, I would go on my bike a lot, but after that it would just be Flappy Bird, PewDiePie, Markiplier, YouTube.
Flappy Bird? What's Flappy Bird?
Flappy Bird? You don't know what Flappy
Oh,
Bird
I know
is?
it is. Okay.
Flappy
Yeah, see, everybody's on their phones now. Nobody plays outside anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody does.
But I remember.
I mean, I was even your age. I was playing outside at 17. It was still, but it was a lot of football.
Really?
Yeah, well, we played football all the time. We played a lot of football.
That sucks.
So we would go out and spend all day playing football. Or at that point, there was a game we played every Sunday morning at 10, and then we went to Hubert Humphrey, and we would play football all the time. And it was hard. It was tackle football with no pads or anything. It was crazy. We were insane.
Yeah, you are insane.
Yeah, it was. I wouldn't do any of that. No.
I know. I think what about fashion?
Fashion.
What was a number one thing that you would see on?
Well, first of all,
both man and woman.
Well, because I kind of grew up around the time where there was the 70s into the 80s, so I came from the 70s fashions, which was the short gym shorts, the short shorts, and girls wear short shorts. And there used to be a commercial for it. Nair. There's a product called Nair. I think they still have it.
Isn't that the thing where like you erase, like you just put it on your
You put it on your legs and the hair and wash the hair
yeah.
off. Yeah. So the commercial used to be, who wears short shorts?
We wear short shorts.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I think I can find that commercial.
Yeah.
I can probably find that commercial.
Is that what that little tune came from?
That's what somebody wrote it for that.
I thought that was like a song from like the 70s or 80s.
No, but this was back then. But and it was a lot of girls wearing. There's a lot of girls running around wearing these. What's this? That's not it. Commercial. Come on, we have
a guest.
Oh, I wrote the wrong one. Oh, everybody! Anna's here.
Say hello to Anna.
Where is she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hello.
Here it is.
Oh, that's what it is?
This is hilarious. I gotta play. Look at the guy who freaked out. This is so inappropriate now. This is such a wrong commercial. Oh, I can even download this commercial if I wanted. That's hilarious. Well, I can show the whole thing. Here we go, man.
Sorry if we offend anyone with
yeah,
butts.
I'll edit out how it takes me forever to get this video in here. Oh no, I gotta go down here. There we go. Hey man, shut up. Okay, here we go. This is the short shorts commercial. Everybody enjoy.
Oh boy.
Who wears short shorts? We wear short shorts. If you dare wear short shorts, Nair for short shorts.
Nair leaves legs smoother, longer than shaving. Cotton rubbed on both legs proves it. The Nair leg is smoother.
If you dare wear short shorts, Nair for short shorts.
Nair with baby oil, Nair with aloe vera, and new Nair roll-on for bikini area and underarms.
But yeah, so anyway, that was the trend. Everybody wore short shorts.
Wow.
And that commercial was going on.
It's so funny because nowadays with Nair, people do pranks and put shampoo bottles in.
Yeah, they did that back then too when I was a kid.
I'm honestly so glad because Mom was always like, no Nair in the house.
Yeah.
I think specifically for that reason, but also she said that over time when people used Nair, it burned their skin heavily. Really? And because they're putting chemicals in there to erase your
Really?
skin
I used
off.
it for years. I never had any problems with Nair.
No, for women, because women's skin is more sensitive.
Yeah,
And you were probably fucking joking.
Yeah, I was effing joking. Thank
Effing
you.
joking.
Swear word, girl.
Swear word. My name's Dad,
Every
even
time
though
you
blah,
every
blah,
time
blah,
you
blah, blah.
Stop touching my equipment. This is my stuff. I paid for it. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. No, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out. Get out. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Crazy. Okay. So fashion-wise, everyone wore short shorts when I was a kid. And also...
That's still probably not allowed now.
Big hair. Everybody had big hair.
Little
Girls
poofy
had
hair.
huge hair.
I remember Mom showed me a picture of her hair in
Your mom
high
had big
school.
hair.
She had big hair.
They used to call it 847 hair.
847 hair?
Yeah, because that was the zip code out in the suburbs. So they would call 847 hair.
I love that.
And it's just with the whole thing. And I used to do, my hair used to be feathered. Like I used to have it. No, it's like, you
like
can't tell now.
Gel?
No, when you feather it, like I used to be really longer.
We'll look
longer.
up feathered hair, 80s.
Oh, you're right. Good idea. Look at you. I forgot. If only I had something. I had something here I could show.
We got to give these people a good example.
Yeah, right. Okay. There you go. I'm doing all this myself.
Which is actually funny because now, for my generation, trendy hair is literally like mullet, lot of layers, basically big hair from the 70s.
Like that. The way my hair was parted down the middle, just like that. And you would feather it back on both sides. So I had hair just like that.
That's kind of funny because
I look better than Travolta though. No,
you
I
always.
I didn't look anything like
you
Travolta.
always look better.
No,
than
he looked,
Travolta.
but I looked. That was exactly how my hair was.
Yeah.
Back in the
It's funny
80s, early
because
80s.
now hair trends and some fashion trends now are going back to the 80s and 70s.
Everything goes back. Everything goes retro. When we were big, the 60s fashion was back in the early 80s.
I just showed my dad I wanted to get my hair just like how Miley Cyrus has it now, which is literally like,
There you go.
Yeah.
That's good. That looks good.
Yeah, that looks
That'd be a good look for you.
almost like 80s and 70s. It's not big like 847 hair,
Right.
but nowadays a lot of people are doing mullets and they're doing layers. Jaden just got her hair done with layers. It looks really pretty, but it's more of like a 70s modern layered hair.
I'm trying to see what else is going on. Another thing, skateboarding was big when I was young too, but it was really different. Oh, here's a whole list of things that were, oh God, acid wash jeans. You know what those are?
Yeah, acid wash jeans, that's big now too.
Yeah, see, a lot of the stuff I was big when I was a kid is
Yeah.
coming back now, so it's cool.
Yeah.
So you don't look at it and go, oh, that was stupid. I don't feel like, oh, I get it. Well, neon colors, that's another thing that was really big.
Yeah.
What's this stuff? Decking of modern fashion history, aero top silhouettes, tees, perms, saturated colors. Oh, puff shoulder. Were older girls had shoulder pads?
Yeah, we don't have that.
Yeah, you guys didn't do that.
I don't know
So
why they did that.
Every girl's outfit had like a little insert of shoulder pads. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Because I guess they wanted to make their shoulders look more broad.
Yeah, I don't get why that became a thing, but it did. And even guys, there's a lot of guys that their suits were padded up.
Yeah.
The shoulder, yeah, your suit coat had like a pad in it. Yeah.
One thing that's big now.
And that was early 80s, late 70s, because later in the 80s and into the 90s, it went the exact opposite. Remember I was talking the pendulum swing the other episode?
Oh, yeah.
So because then when Miami Vice came out, Miami Vice was a whole different vibe.
Yeah. Now what's big shoes for Gen Z is platforms.
Really?
Those big chunky boots.
Oh,
that
right,
I
yeah.
have.
Yeah.
I also asked for those for Christmas soon.
Stop touching the equipment. If hey, the kids from WestU put a lot of work into this. That's cool.
But yeah, platforms are big now. Fishnets are huge. Also, a lot of jewelry, literally covered head to toe in your body. Chokers, necklace, bracelets.
You know, it was interesting too. It was an interesting time for music from the 70s to the 80s because we went through.
You guys went through
well,
a big.
Yeah, we had this singer-songwriter stuff.
Of different kinds of
yeah,
rock.
no, it was a lot of and even like because we went from like this 70s rock bands like Zeppelin, you know what I mean, and bands like that, or Deep Purple, anyone from that type of generation.
To Cinderella.
Which no, there was so much in between that though. There was disco first of all, which came out in the mid 70s.
Yeah.
And that was a really big deal, like Studio 54, and that became its own genre. And then in
Earth,
response
Wind,
to
and Fire.
right, which is there's more of a but Earth, Wind, and Fire is more what's the word I'm looking for? Damn it. Rhythm and blues, like a rhythm and blues or soul type music. But you're skipping from disco.
But that's your point.
Yeah, but early 70s also, the Earth, Wind, and Fire was like a mid-early 70s thing. So it was that there was those bands like that and the Temptations way before that. But Earth, Wind, and Fire, that type of music. But then punk rock came out in response to disco, which was the opposite. And it became, and that's where the Sex Pistols and a lot of that stuff. And then that evolved into a lot of the rock bands in the early 80s that came out, which eventually Metallica was 90s.
Okay.
I'm trying to work my way through. You keep interrupting.
What year for you were you in high school?
I was in high school in the 70s and the 80s.
Okay.
Okay. So we went from there was the early Zeppelin rock bands, the mega bands, the arena bands. Then disco came out, and that was and then disco came out, which was this huge trend for only like a couple of years. But then punk was in retaliation to disco, and after punk, there was more of and then became more went to a rock band thing, and then at some point came out the 80s hair bands came out in the mid to late 80s.
Yeah.
Which I was a big hair metal guy or metal guy, so I got into that stuff.
What's that radio station you listen to?
I listened to Hair Nation, yeah, Hair Nation.
I love that.
And then after that, Grunge came out, which was in response to Hair Nation or Hair Rock. Yeah, the versions of music come out almost as a response to the other versions of music. And Grunge was really in the 90s. That was more like an early 90s thing. But my thing was all hair metal, you know, and also was a big Springsteen fan, you know, back then. There was a lot of singer-songwriter stuff going on. But the big stuff was hair metal, which is this. I even look at it now; it's insane. It was, you know, talk about big hair. And guys wore big hair and makeup, and every guy had makeup, and it was just insane.
Though.
Really?
With guy with makeup, yeah. Bradley wears eyeliner and stuff.
Really?
I found that out recently on his Instagram. I was like,
I don't not like it, but it's just too much. It's too much work. You know, it's one of the, it's one of the things I look at.
It's not too much.
No,
work.
it is. That's one of the things I look at. You guys, women. I'm like, oh man, it's tough to be a girl. Like I get to put my hat on. That's how I start my day.
You know what? You're actually right about that. It's so much work to like put makeup on and like do that. You have to be committed to do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be committed, but I'm already 50 something, so I don't care. I'm like, what? This is it. This is the package. This is what I have to offer.
You look dashing.
Thank you. Shut up.
You're welcome.
See?
You shut up. Whatever. Well, there was Queen, David Bowie, Prince. All of those were great idols for, and that actually brings me to today. Femboy and feminine boy energy is a huge thing nowadays. Guys love it. It's very much appreciated now.
What is that?
David Bowie, like
Oh,
guys
right.
wearing underliner, mascara, black nail polish.
Elton John did that. Elton
John did that.
He was
Those-
very
Harry
big too,
Styles, Elton John, those people now are huge inspirations to boys who like having that feminine energy and embodiment, and that also.
Well, Eddie Izzard is a guy that does that now too.
Who?
Eddie Izzard. He's a comedian.
Eddie who?
Eddie Izzard.
Eddie Izzard.
Great comic. He's hilarious. He's a brilliant comic.
I've
But
never
he
heard of
wears. Sometimes he'll go from wearing. He'll dress like a guy with no makeup or nothing, and then he'll wear a total like an outfit and makeup and dress and
Yeah.
the whole deal. So he goes back and forth and changes
Yeah.
his styles. Brilliant comic too.
I love that in that how that's happening now because especially with all of these trends happening, a lot of people don't like it and they'll try to cancel it, blah, blah, whatever. But now with music and fashion, all of the 70s and 80s is coming back. A big thing
Right.
about that, Greta Van Fleet.
Yeah, it's very
Almost
Zeppelin-esque. Yeah.
Half of the people who found that thought that was actually a band from the 70s.
Right.
Because even I will admit, I was one of those people because I thought when I heard the guitar, it sounded almost exactly like Zeppelin or Metallica, something along the guitar. But when I heard him, it just gave me a lot of like, wow, this is 70s. And then I saw a video of theirs where the editing of it actually looked like the camera quality was from the freaking 70s.
Yeah, they probably put a filter on it, like
And-
a sepia thing or
yeah.
whatever, to make it look like an old
And
70s video.
Their
Right.
font, Greta Van Fleet, looks like any 70s
Well, they
band.
embraced that whole style too. They didn't,
I love that.
not just the sound, but the whole style.
Yeah.
Right?
And there's a lot of that like not cultural, but like 70s cultural appreciation is coming back. And I like that a lot, but what is new from my generation, rap, indie, like Megan Thee Stallion, Travis Scott,
Mhm.
that's a new form of music that has been advancing throughout this generation.
What's it called? Is there a label for it yet, or?
Rap alternative. There's a lot of names for it,
Right.
but the main one for it is rap or hip hop
Right.
or R&B. SZA, Bryson Tiller, Tyler the Creator. There's different forms of newer music, but R&B is a huge one. I know R&B has been around for a while, but I will say that the form music of R&B is a lot more different than how it was based in the 90s.
Mhm.
I feel like R&B 90s was very much soul and like love type of like R&B. I think now it's very much like chill, laid back, like put R&B on for when you want to relax or like
Right.
hang out with your friends. It's like it's kind of like indie,
Right.
but more of like the rap alternative type of music style.
Right.
But what is coming back is Metallica, Zeppelin, all of these are The Doors, all of these artists.
Well, you keep mentioning Metallica. They're really more of a '90s band, but those bands are always around for that. I mean, there's always that core of people that still listen to that music.
Yeah.
Like I'm in that core.
Yeah. I think also based on with my generation, we had our parents who were from that
Right,
generation.
right.
But those are the main bands that are popular right now. Also, Guns N' Roses.
Well, they're a comeback band though. That's a '90s band as well.
Yeah.
That was a different version of rock and roll in the '90s, that's more Metallica,
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses, around that type of vibe.
Yeah.
I was never a big rap fan, but rap it started showing up in the late '70s and the '80s,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of my friends were big rap fans when I was growing up. And this is real hardcore early on rap, the NWA stuff like that,
Yeah.
which is really
And also with that rap, I know it's a lot different than rap now because,
Right.
with technology, they take, music clips. I know Tyler the Creator, he took a clip from a meme and recorded it as like a bass, and it came to like the intro to one of his songs. I can probably pull it up right now. It's really
well. A lot of
fun.
that earlier rap stuff, it was lyrics too, because
Yeah.
the lyrics told a story. It wasn't just about. It got weird. Rap got weird in the '90s when it all became about drugs and chicks
Yeah.
and girls.
That's kind of what it is now. I will say, a lot of artists Kid Cudi and Tyler the Creator are two big artists in rap
Right.
who stay on using like real words and like actual literature into their music. Kanye West is also a big one with his new album Donda.
Yeah.
Donda. That's the name of his mom. I think she passed last year.
Okay.
And this album was debuted for his mom.
Right.
And he made this a whole thing where he spent like the post weekend of his album before it released at the Staples Center, or I think it was the one in Chicago.
Yeah.
He lived there. He performed at the center, and it like was the #1 album the whole week.
Right.
Because the opening of the album was just the repeating words of his mom, like saying "donda, donda, 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 donda."
Yeah.
And because of that, she repeated those words because it was the rhythm of her heartbeat after she passed.
After she passed, not
Like
after
when
she
she
passed.
passed, it was her last heartbeat
Oh, really?
before she died.
Oh, wow. All right.
Now, that is a great example of artists who are in the rap industry who still use even the base of the music.
Mhm.
It's a whole like deep meaning for the artist.
Well, and extremely creative. Like Kanye
Yes,
West is a
Kanye
guy
West is
really, really
extremely
creative guy
creative
that
guy.
tries different things. And
Yeah.
Right.
Even though he's crazy.
yeah, but most
But
geniuses
most
are
are
crazy,
crazy, yeah.
really. Also, I would be amiss if I didn't mention the Beastie Boys that we listened to back in the 80s.
I was
Who came out
listening
in
to them
81.
all night with Bradley.
Yeah, and my
Gianna.
buddy, a buddy of mine was Jewish, and he was into him. He's like, dude, there's this Jewish rap band. You gotta listen to this band. And we used to listen to them all the time. That's so early on. They were great. They were also
Yeah.
creative and groundbreaking. I mean, they were fantastic.
Yeah.
But they showed up when I was in high school. I was a sophomore.
Yeah, Beastie Boys are a good band. We make this joke because I made a YouTube channel with all my friends.
Yeah.
It's Crack Monkeys.
It's what?
Crack Monkeys.
That's comfortable. Awesome.
But we use the joke, like the song Brass Monkey, you funky monkey. So we go
Right.
Crack Monkeys. Those funky monkeys. So we do that. But yeah.
It seems like, I don't know, maybe it's because I don't listen to that much new music these days.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like we had so much more to choose from when I was in high school, when I was younger.
You guys did.
I mean, we did, disco was big. I was a Kiss fan growing up. I liked the Beastie Boys, the early rap stuff. I was a big Rush fan always. Bruce Springsteen,
Oh, yeah.
Prince started coming
Yes.
out around that time. You know what I mean? I mean, there was a lot of really cool stuff that showed up when I was in high school. It just,
Yeah.
I don't know if it seems to me, maybe it's the boomer old man in me where I hear stuff now. I'm like,
Get
gosh, it's the
away.
same crap.
Get
It's just-
away.
I don't hear that. Yeah, but one of the things I do, like I give you credit for,
No, that's true.
'Cause you
do tell
find-
me really good music.
but you find really good. You find it. You find a way.
Yeah.
But mainstream music is all crap, I think. But you find some really great
Yeah.
stuff out there. So you'll play something and like, what is this?
Oh yeah.
And you know what I mean? It's always something like that you don't.
Gorillas.
Yeah, I love that. That's good. Even like who's the? Well, she's big
Still
now.
Corners. You like
Still, I like Still Corners a lot.
Still
But there's a
Corners
ton of
is
stuff
great.
you've turned me on to where I listen to them. But it's always off the
Off
beaten
the
stream.
Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's because I agree with you. I still think the mainstream music is not the same, but it's not in my boat. I would
Right.
say because I'm more of like, and because of your taste in music and the music you listen to, as I listened to as a kid with you, it gave me an open mind to music in general because of how much different of the genres you listen to
Well,
growing up.
my mom was like that. My mom always found bands that you never really heard that much of. Like a good example of that really was Queen for years. I mean, until
Really?
Bohemian Rhapsody, they were this obscure band, and I didn't realize till I've always loved. I had all their albums when I was younger. I listened to
Yeah.
everything, and I've always appreciated their music. But it wasn't until the last few years when I was listening to all their stuff again. It became popular because of the movie.
Yeah.
But I overlooked how amazingly creative they were and diverse back in that time. And they did song they did blues, they did the Bohemian Rhapsody, a little thing called Love is like a peppy song.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Lily of the Valley is a great classical kind of.
Yeah, there's some they put themselves out there. They were. Thanks for screwing everything up.
Sorry.
Thanks. But they put themselves out there and got very creative and didn't care. They just did it. They did it. They did a whole bunch of different songs, and they did so much cool stuff, man. It was really
one of my favorite artists, Jean Aiko. She's a R&B artist. She used sound bowls for her music.
really.
Yeah, she uses it for meditation, and she actually has a track that I listen to all the time. It's a trigger mantra.
Right.
If you feel triggered in any sort of way, in any situation, I put that on, and it helps me lower down my anxiety. And
Is that like sometimes I listen to those Tibetan bowls? Like
that's exactly what it
that's
is.
what it is, right?
Tibetan bowls. She uses.
They're great, yeah.
She uses Tibetan bowls in almost all of her songs, and more recently, her recent album, she uses in almost every single song.
Well, I listen to that stuff all the time now. You know, when I go to bed at night. That's
oh yeah,
you know
it's
what I mean.
so relaxing.
Yeah, so and I download it to my phone, so I'm on the ship. I'll listen to it too, which is really helpful.
And it's funny because on your Spotify Wrapped, you don't have Spotify, but I do.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you can check your Spotify Wrapped. It tells you every year how much minutes you were listening to, your top artists.
Oh, I don't listen to that much. That way it won't come up.
Oh, no.
Although I just searched my comedy albums on here. Because Spotify just took a bunch of comedians off.
Did they take you off?
No, I'm still on. Yeah, wow, there's a few people that are still on here too, actually. Yeah, there's Don't Hate Stupid. But they took a lot of people off.
Why?
There's a whole new, this is really long to get into, but basically they're finding a way to track residuals for streaming. Residuals are money, like when my album, when it plays on Sirius XM, I get paid for that. So every month I get a check from a place called Sound Exchange, which is all my streaming money, which is all my live content. So I get paid for my live performances that are being aired and listened to across the world. So wherever you're at in the world, if you play one of my tracks, I'm getting a piece of that somewhere. But now they're finding a way to, and this makes total sense, they do the same thing with TV shows. They do the same thing with movies. Like when you buy a movie or watch a movie, you get paid for that to air. But who also gets paid is the people who wrote the movie, who wrote the TV show. So now they're finding ways to pay the people who wrote the comedy.
Jokes.
Yes.
Got it.
So,
but you write the jokes.
Right. So I would get
you
paid
double.
I would. Right. But now they took off a bunch. So Spotify, there's a whole new, like a union, a bunch of people that are getting together to talk about this. And they approached all the platforms. And Spotify was the only one that took all the comedy content. Not all of it, but much of it off. Really, a lot of the bigger names they pulled down. Because they're like, we're going to wait. And then they blame. This is like any entertainment thing. The corporation blames the union and the entertainers. And they go, well, apparently they don't want you to hear their comedy anymore, so we had to take it down. And then the union's got to go, no, we wanted to get paid for our content.
Yeah.
And that became an issue. So this is the ground zero of that happening, because that's never happened before. And with new media, we're kind of getting off the subject now, but not, because none of this stuff was around when I was in high school. With new media, it took them years to figure out how to trade it, how to pay actors. Is a good example. When DVDs first came out, which are obsolete now, there was a big deal because studios were printing them and selling them, and the actors realized, hey, we're not getting paid for that. And we're on those. And then, well, it's the new media. It's going to take a while to figure it out. And the corporations are like, well, it's going to take a while. And it takes the union, but there's no comedy union. There's no Cammux union. So there is a business. There's a group that got together to protect the spoken word, which covers podcasts, comedy, and any spoken word, because there's so much spoken word content that's out online right now that people listen to. So they're finding a way to pay people for their spoken word and for writing the spoken word.
Amen.
Which, I know, I agree with it 100%. But it's usually the corporations are like, well, it's very difficult. It's going to take us a while to figure it out. And we're like, it's not that difficult. Let's just start figuring out how to do it. Well, we'll get to it. Okay, until then, we're going to take it all down. Because then they try to punish you. They go, well, then we're not going to, now you won't get paid.
I hate
that. So, but that's how corporations get away with that shit. And the same thing happened with the DVDs early on. I mean, we on strike. We went on strike over that. We almost went on strike over that. There was a strike over that, and then the commercial. The same thing with the commercials. Commercials that were on the internet. We're like, wait a second, we're not getting paid for these commercials on the internet, and we had a strike for that. We were on strike for. I got a picture of you. Damn.
Oh my God!
You know what? I'm gonna find it. I'll put it up when I edit this video.
Okay.
You were with me when we went on the picket line. You're holding the sign.
Oh my God!
Yeah, we were down on Wilshire Boulevard, walking around. You're the best. So, but yeah, we were on strike, and that strike was because we weren't getting paid for, we were getting residuals or any compensation
Yeah.
for our commercials that were airing on the internet. And they were like, well, we can't figure it out. And we're like, yes, you can.
Shame.
They did corporate, you know what I mean? They'll figure it out eventually. But their way to
Please
bully,
don't
their
take
way to
us
get
down.
around it is to bully first. They go, okay, well, I guess we'll just shut it down until we figure it down. Because the corporation can survive 4 months without paying that money.
Yeah.
But some entertainers need that money every month, you know?
Yeah.
So, all right, man, we
Yeah,
should.
I need to go poo.
Okay. I don't know if I should leave that in or edit it out.
No, I want to go. Yeah, leave it in.
I'm
I
gonna-
need to go poo.
Okay, that's how we're gonna end this episode. That Lily has to go take a poo.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for watching the episode. Also, like the episode.
Give it a thumbs up.
Give
like
it a thumbs up.
If you want to
share it.
support us, go down here below.
Yeah.
Give us money.
You can do that. Subscribe to the channel at the very least. Doesn't cost you anything. It helps us on YouTube. We will be back every week at 6 o'clock.
Every Wednesday
every
at 6.
Wednesday at 6. And we're gonna go now. We'll do a live
Yeah.
one eventually. We don't know when we're gonna do the next live one.
Yeah, we don't know.
But Lily's got to go poo.
Yeah, I need to go poo. If I don't
So-
see you, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
All
Dream
right.
a pinky.